Verasport headquarters today with Rich Barnon. Rich, you've got a new signing to announce today, so tell.
Yes, we have. Today, Verasport have signed a management agreement with Lucy Wildheart. Lucy's from Sweden. She's a former national Swedish amateur who's boxed internationally for most of her amateur career, having 29 fights, and achieved everything she could achieve outside of going to the Olympics. So it's now time to turn professional.
And you're looking at possibly turning professional May time, June time, something like that?
In the next couple of months, yeah. We're currently in discussions with 3 different promoters about putting Lucy on a show. One of them is in the UK, one of them is in Mexico, and another one is in Las Vegas. All who are extremely interested in what Lucy brings to the table, her way of fighting. It's extremely exciting to watch, and we're really privileged to be able to manage and market the career as of Verasport, and excited to be involved in Lucy's training.
We'll come over to you, Lucy.
Yeah.
Welcome to Verasport and welcome to Swindon. Tell us a little bit more about yourselves, because you're a new name to all of us in this little old town.
Yeah, Lucy Wildheart. I started with training when I was like 9 years old with karate, and I did it for like 8 years, something like that. Have a first Q, it's brown belt. So, and besides that, I did training MMA and striking, grappling, and all these things. And then it was maybe 3.5 years, maybe 4 years ago since I started with boxing, and it became very difficult for me. So I really tried to learn this kind of sport, and I started fighting in a competition very quick, and that was very funny. So I went ahead with that, and then I actually realized that my kind of boxing is more for professional. So that's more what I will do.
Yeah, I believe you had 29-30 amateur fights, and you were very successful at that level. Tell us a bit about your amateur career and how much you enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, I think I have been boxing more international actually than in Sweden to make my record, and it just went very well. I'm happy with my amateur career, and I've been boxing in different countries and seen a lot of things, and so on. Also done some fights with the national team, and when I realized that I want to go pro, I said no thank you. Yeah. And
you were ranked quite highly with Sweden as well, I believe.
Yeah, I ranked 2 in 60 kilo. Yeah.
Yeah, your thoughts on turning professional, how excited are you about the prospect?
I have always wanted to be, a world champion, and since I saw K1 and these boxers, professional boxers on television when I was very young, I always knew that this one day gonna be me. So I'm very excited. I train hard, and I'm happy with everything that happens right now. So.
And you're going to be managed by Verasport, and Rich is obviously involved in, trained by Rich Barnon as well.
Yeah, Richard, and then I have some coaches in Sweden who will help me very well, and we will make it together, and I know this is gonna work, because
How will you split your time between Sweden and Swindon?
I could live in Sweden if I like or in London, Sweden if I want. I like both very much.
Yeah, and so Rich, how will the training kind of work? Explain to us a little bit more about that.
Well, Lucy's over here at this moment in time for 3 weeks, so we're utilising the 3 weeks to get some very good sparring. Tomorrow we're in Sheffield, so we're sparring up at Team GB. On Thursday we're in London, where we are sparring with the European #1 amateur. Last weekend Lucy sparred with the #2 European amateur. So it's sparring that in Sweden's difficult to get. I mean, already Lucy's been sparring with 5-time world champion Michaela Lauren, two-time world champion Clara Svensson. She 2 times.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that. 2-time. And last weekend when I was in Sweden with Lucy, she sparred with a current French lady, Miriam Delali, who is the current IBF world champion and the current WBC super lightweight champion. And you know, these world champions keep asking for Lucy to go back because it's some of their toughest sparring. So you know that will just tell you the pedigree that Lucy has, and she's a very aggressive, come forward, you know, a fighter. You know, she can box, but she likes to fight, which is why her style suits the professional ranks so well. She's not afraid of anybody, she'll fight anybody, and I think there's quite a big progression, picking the right fights at the right time to get Luce in title contention. You know, I'm not talking world, I'm talking international, potentially silver title, in a very short period of time. The exciting thing is, where Luce can box either at super featherweight or at lightweight, there's a lot of choice of opponent. You know, it's different to Kelly being middleweight or super middleweight. There's a very small pool of opponents. Here we have a large pool of opponents, so we're not going to struggle to get the fights. And as I said earlier, we have some very interesting promoters that are really excited about getting Lucy onto their shows. I say not just here but abroad also. One of Lucy's other coaches back in Sweden, Louis Lagerman, he's a very famous coach. He spent a lot of time in the States. He also works for the main sports channel, not just boxing, sports channel in Sweden, and he commentates on there. And he's been mentioning Lucy's name quite often and regular. And it's quite possible that maybe her debut might be filmed, you know, a broadcast on Swedish TV as well. There's a lot of interest. She's extremely well known in Sweden for her sporting achievements. She's also a professional dancer in jazz, contemporary, street. So there's many facets to what Lucy can do, and it all gels into sort of quite an exciting future inside and outside the ring. So as Verasport is here to help manage what goes on outside the ring, it's extremely cool. And there's one thing that is quite exclusive that we've had confirmed today. We haven't got all the details yet, but we've had an email this morning from Rival Boxing Gear that have welcomed Lucy as part of the Rival family. So Rival Boxing Gear with obviously stars like Vasily Lomachenko want to do some work with Lucy straight away.
That's a good start, isn't it?
That's a great start. It's a great start. So again, you know, there's an extremely exciting future ahead, and it all starts in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
So it's not long. So we shall see. It's going to be a journey to keep an eye on, and you know, within maybe 2 years or just under 2 years, you know, Verasport may have 2 female world champions at 2 different weight classes, which wouldn't be a bad thing, would it?
No, would it?
It'd be quite exciting.
I was just going to come on to that. I was going to ask you for one of your famous predictions. Lucy mentioned she'd love to be a world champion.
Yeah.
But you genuinely see that potential in Lucy?
I genuinely see that potential. If we can get our debut sort of May or June this year, wherever that is in the world, I think by Christmas time we could be on 4 to 5 fights, maybe 6, and then we could go into the new year with an opportunity to fight for a title which is under the world title, and then maybe, you know, then towards the end of the following year, sort of 18 months time, we could be knocking on the door of a world. So we shall see how that plans out, but that's already the vision, and I don't think that it's unrealistic. Lucy's shown that she can hold her own with Clara Svensson, with Michaela. Bearing in mind, both Clara and Michaela are 10 kilos heavier, and they don't bully this girl. You know, if anything, you know, she pushes them, so they have to fight smarter, they have to fight harder. That's 10 kilos difference, you know, so there's the strength and the quality of what Lucy has. So it's very interesting when then you put her in with girls of her own weight class, of what potentially will happen. And obviously we're at a fledgling stage of a professional career, so it's one fight at a time only, exactly the same as how we work with Kelly, one fight at a time, chosen correctly to get that path correct and build up, learn till we're ready then for them title fights. But it will come, There's
Sounds
no
like
question.
it could be a very exciting career. Sounds like you're a very exciting fighter. What chance of us seeing you in action in little old Swindon?
Well, I think there will be an opportunity. Obviously, again, from my own personal experience, I know this game pretty well, and it's about ticket sales. Obviously, Lucy isn't going to sell tickets, but I don't think she needs to sell tickets, because as soon as people start seeing how she fights, she's extremely exciting. She's like Kelly. Kelly's extremely exciting. Kelly wouldn't have to sell a ticket. Now people know her, they'd put her on the show because you know what's coming. You are all action, aggressive. She wants to knock the other girl out. Lucy's exactly the same. How I would sort of summarise how Lucy fights, I think she has a very Mexican style. She wants to stay here and she wants to let shots go. She's got fantastic upper body movement, not that you see with boxers that often. And she throws punches in bunches. And, she wants to hurt people. She doesn't want to win on points if she can. She wants to stop. And seen it in sparring with girls that are, like you say, over 70 kilos, and she's hurt them. So that's why it's exciting. This is why we have these promoters excited about it, because they've seen video footage and they're like, wow, she is all action. This is what we want. This kind of style. So it's going to be exciting. It's boxing though. Anything happens, but certainly from what we see and what we feel, that this could be extremely exciting, and there is no reason at all why at some stage in the very near future that one of the promoters in Swindon would like you on our show. Don't worry about the tickets. We know that people will come to watch you because you are that exciting. We're not looking at lower level. We are in time. Won't be tomorrow, but we will come for Katie Taylor at some stage.
And if your description of Lucy is correct, you're explosive. Katie Taylor's explosive as well. So
Katie Taylor can't punch her. She looks fantastic. She throws a lot of fast punches out, but she hits girls. They take the shots, especially this last girl. She throws a punch, and they feel it, really feel it. So it'll be an interesting stuff, because Katie's very, very quick. I'll probably at this moment in time say probably a little bit quicker than Lucy, but Lucy hits you, you stay hit. Katie hits you, they come back and they look at her. And she's easy to hit, as proven in our last fight. No disrespect, Katie's a fantastic fighter. She's a great ambassador. She does everything great. But she has beaten girls that have beaten her. So it will be a very interesting match. Maybe when Katie's got a world title. Let's see where we are. But I think that fight at some stage will happen, and it'll be extremely exciting when it happens. The ideal scenario: Katie goes and wins a world title. Lucy wins another world title. We then fight at some stage for a unification fight. That's...
And the way that Eddie Hearn is promoting boxing and female boxing now, that'll turn out to be a massive fight, wouldn't it?
Yeah, could well be. But their visions, like a long time in the future, obviously. But you've got to have a goal. You've got to have a think about things. But one fight at a time, we'll get there. But there's the ultimate goal: get a world title, unify against the brilliant Katie Taylor, and then become a unified world champion.
Well, it's fantastic. It's great to meet you, Lucy, and good to speak to you again, Rich. And we'll watch this one with great interest, and wish you all the best of luck with your professional career. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.